Welcome home, chefs, to the Chef Went Show, and today we have a special treat for you. This is Blackberry and Chipotle Chicken. Served it with a side of rice, a little spicy, a little sweet, and we're going to dig into this thing. So please remember, smash that like button, share this video with your family and friends, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. We'll see you on the other side when we cook this thing. Welcome back home, chefs, and let's get started on this fantastic dish. And by the way, this is a Blackberry Chipotle Chicken. So let's start with what we have here. I've got a pound of chicken breast right here that has been scallopinied, cut into a thin cutlet. And so that's what we're started with. What I did was I seasoned this with salt a couple hours ago when I started prepping for this, put it in the fridge on a rack so it could drip. So that gives that salt time to work on that chicken. So I'm excited about using that right now. I've got a skillet preheating here. I'm about to add my clarified butter to it, and we're going to saute this off. Now, the original recipe said to put this in the oven after you get some browning on it. These things are so thin, we're not going to need that. So with that, let's begin. So let me get a little oil in here. Pan is nice and hot, ready to go. Oh, boy, that clarified butter just smells delicious. All right, let's lay this in. Nice sizzle. I'm going to have to do these in batches because I do not want to crowd it. I want to get a nice color on this. So I'm going to let that go for it. And I'm actually going to turn this little heater down just a touch. I'll let this go for a couple minutes on each side. Get these browned up. I'm going to set them to the side. But before I do that, I'll come back and bring you up to speed. See you in a minute. All right, we got some nice color on this chicken. Looking good here. I am pretty satisfied with this, with the color anyway. I'm going to do a quick temperature check on this. Make sure that we're good to go there. Always in the thickest part. So let me get this done right now. See what we got here. So we got a little bit of time before we're going to be ready to eat this thing. This is, a couple minutes, it's right there. It's 120 something. All right, so we're going to let this thing continue to cook. It'll get a little bit more color, but we want to make sure it's done. Safe to eat. Look at that. Really nice. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, you can see we're coming up to temp nicely. Oh yeah, we're at temp. Make sure can you see that? That says 163. I'm actually going to take it off the stove. All right, now we're going to do the sauce for this. This is a Blackberry Chipotle sauce. So, got a nice little saucepan here. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to it. I don't need a lot. I'm just going to put just a very little in there. Then I'm going to add some shallots that have been small diced. All right. Stir that around for a couple of minutes. Get those sauteed, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And we'll come back. We'll add our next ingredient. See you on the other side. All right. Oh, those shallots, they smell wonderful. Smell-o-vision. All right, here's the deal. We're going to dump these blackberries in. That's about 2 cups of blackberries. We're going to get that to release the juices. Then we have some chipotle peppers in their adobo sauce. I'll get it right in a minute. My goodness, easy for me to say, right? Ah, nice sizzle there. So, oh, it's wow. Ooh, I just got a nose full of that. Then we're going to add some brown sugar to it. And then some balsamic vinegar. That's going to make a nice little glaze. And we're just going to let that cook down a minute. This is so simple. So as this cooks, those blackberries will start to release the juice. The other ingredients will reduce a little bit and form a glaze. And then we'll plate this thing up. I've got some rice over in my rice cooker. If you don't have a little rice cooker, I think I got this one off the Jungle River store. I'll put a link below for it. I mean, so inexpensive. And listen, it just takes all the guesswork out. So if you don't have one, get one. All right. So when we come back, we'll get to plating this thing. See it on the other side. All right, guys, I'm going to use my handy mixing chop. I've talked about this before. And I'm going to take, I don't know, about half to 2/3 of these blackberries. And I'm going to go in here and kind of smash them a little bit, speed up the release of the juices. Then what's left will be a little bit of a garnish. Oh, yeah, looking much better. Got a lot of juice now. These things are so handy. I got a link for them below. I wish I'd have discovered them years ago. Anyway, so we're going to cook that down some more. This is really starting to shape up nice. Beautiful. If you had smell-o-vision, I say that, but man, the sweetness of the balsamic and the brown sugar and the blackberries, then with the adobo sauce. Oh, my gosh, this thing is just wonderful. I am so excited to try this. I cannot wait. So get there. We'll see you in a sec. All right, let's plate this thing. So let me grab some chicken. Put that on the plate. Let's see. See that I've got some rice. I'm trying to just think how I want to do that. Chicken is rested and temperature has come up. It's actually, hang on a second. I don't want to dry enormous amount of sauce because of how spicy it was, but I do want a little bit underneath. Now let's plate this thing here. So now I'm going to just drizzle a little sauce around. Since I've made a mess, I'm just going to come around. That is not the most beautiful plating I've ever seen before, but let's see if we can fix that. All right, looks even worse. All right, so didn't do a great job of plating, but there it is. That is my blackberry and adobo, blackberry and chipotle chicken with rice. Oh, 1 second. Let me get a little chopped parsley on here. Stuff is pretty fine. Let me get a little garnish. Oh, there we go. Now that makes that pop a little better. Beautiful. All right, there we go. So this is my blackberry and chipotle chicken. And when we come back, I'm going to taste this thing. See you then. All right, home chefs, this is my favorite time of the day. It's tasting time, and I have my favorite taster here. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so you heard me making this thing. This is a spicy sauce, but we're going to dive into this thing. We got some nice chicken cutlets, blackberry, chipotle sauce with a little bit of that adobo sauce in there. Oh, my goodness, that's what drove it over the top spicy-wise. But we should be good to go here. Is that yours?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. All right, now
Nice.
you feel the spice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming.
The chicken did mute it a little bit, so it's not quite as spicy, but it's got an afterburn that's really, really kicking. I'm going to get a little bit of this rice because I'm about to start coughing. Mmm. Nice and buttery. You got to get you one of those rice cookers. They really do the job. I'm going to try some of this. Get a little rice on the fork first. Try it all together. We'll see if I'm trying to tone down that spice.
It lays on.
Yeah, don't
Get
do
your
me.
lips.
You do you. Don't use as much adobo, okay? Or however much you want. But man, I wish I'd have held back. Mmm. 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 Despite the spicy, that is so thinking good.
I like it.
Mmm. What? All right.
Mm.
I really like that.
Yes, I do too. Well,
Even if it does give me a little cough. What's that?
So it reminds me of the Blackberry barbecue sauce, but just extra spice.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It does kind of have that Blackberry barbecue sauce taste to it. It sure does. Wow. Despite the spiciness, this is actually very delicious. And I am going to finish this off, I promise you. So anyway, today we did something a little out of the ordinary, something very special. And I hope you try it too and adjust the spices and the seasonings all to your taste. So again, thank you for joining us on the Chef Lance Show. And remember this, a day in the kitchen beats a day of working any day. We'll see you next time.
Turn that off.